Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Pwny Montana, and in this video, I have changed my passing settings. So I have changed my passing settings to revamp passing, and I'm gonna go over exactly why. Now, before I get into it, if you guys are new to the channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment down below, and hit that noti bell so you guys never miss an upload. And if you guys got nothing to say, comment FTA. Stands for the algorithm, and it helps push these videos to more and more people. So if you're struggling with Madden, or if you know anybody that is struggling with Madden, direct them over here. And if you guys want to watch any of the action live, the link to the Twitch is down in the description. I stream all the time, so if you guys want to catch any of that action, hit that link, hit that follow, hit that sub if you want to support. Let's get right into it. Now, I've changed my passing settings in Madden 25. Now, we were on placement and accuracy because that's what most players, most competitive players, most people in general are on, placement and accuracy, because you can freeform, you can do all sorts of things with placement and accuracy. But I'm here to tell you that there is a passing setting that I think is even better than placement and accuracy. And that is going back to classic, or something similar to classic, and that is revamp passing. And I'm gonna go over one major flaw in this game that you guys need to understand when it comes to passing the ball. I've gone back to Gunslinger, which is something that a lot of people have kind of strayed away from because Hot Route Master is now in Madden Ultimate Team specifically. Pass Lead Elite will end up being in the game as well, but I've gone back to Gunslinger, even though there is a problem with overthrows in this game. Now, I think I've figured out the problem with overthrows. And again, if you guys give me a second to explain why I've gone to revamp passing, we'll go over why overthrows are a thing in this game, especially when you have Gunslinger. Now, revamp passing, what is it? Revamp passing is simply you're pretty much holding the button yourself to determine how fast a pass is being brought out of the quarterback's hands. So if you want a strong bullet pass, you're simply going to hold the button, and as you can see, it's a pretty low trajectory throw. Now, the reason why I switched is because I like doing things like this. As you can see, it's a simple streak pass, but we're touch passing it, or live passing it, excuse me, where we're able to pretty much direct the ball where we want it to go. So if we want it all the way over the top, we just hold the button up. And as you can see, perfect pass, possession catch right in the back of the end zone. For some reason, I've noticed that my passes have been more accurate when I've switched to revamp passing. And the reason why I switched to revamp passing is because I've been having issues getting good rack animations, good passing animations in this game. And I feel like this has been the remedy to it. Now, granted, there are ways to achieve that in placement and accuracy, but nothing has been as consistent as this revamp passing. As you can see, if I have a modicum of space on that outside and I want to try to get a pass out there, that's going to be the result. I'm going to be able to float that over the top just by just tapping the button and aiming it with the left stick where I want the ball to go. It's classic passing with the chance to control exactly how strong of a pass you're throwing. And I think revamp passing is actually one of the best kinds of passes in the game, because again, if I want to just throw a straight bullet pass, I'm going to be able to do that. And that's going to be the result. As you can see, it's not a lob, it's not a touch. There's not really that much touch on that pass, but if we want to have a little bit more touch, a simple holding of the button is gonna do us just that. Now, revamp passing is gonna be the way to do that. Now, I took off any kind of pass lead, and it results in us not needing to do the freeform stuff because there's just no need for it. But as you can see, look at how much nicer that pass just looks. It's just floated exactly where we want it. And again, we're using Gunslinger, which is one of the worst abilities, but it's also one of the best abilities. Now, when it comes to pass leading, that is the problem with Gunslinger. The quarterback is already putting the ball in a spot where only the receiver can get it. It's football. As you can see, we're not overthrowing any passes here, and we do have Gunslinger equipped. Even with Gunslinger, you're not going to get like a lower trajectory point when you're throwing the ball. Now, how is it that we are overthrowing so many passes with Gunslinger? I'm going to explain that. You're either freeforming or you're pass leading too far. Now, this has nothing to do with the pass leading settings in the game. You're simply just pass leading too far on routes that aren't supposed to be pass led. So what I mean by that, if you're throwing any streak, you'll notice that you're not overthrowing streaks unless you're highballing. So if I'm highballing a pass, that's the only time that you'll end up noticing that you're overthrowing certain passes. And that's when you're throwing streak passes. That's the only time that you'll notice that you're overthrowing a lot of passes. Now, even right now, because we're not getting any pressure, we're simply just rocking whatever there's no pressure. There's no D-line pressure. There's nothing to make myself actually go ahead and overthrow any of these passes. So right now, we're going to simply accurately throw these passes nonstop. And this is going to be something that is going to change in game. But high ball passes are supposed to be overthrown, not overthrown, but they're supposed to be a higher point in which you're overthrowing these passes. Revamp passing somewhat fixes that. I feel like I've overthrown a lot less passes since switching to revamp passing. But again, the pass lead is why we're overthrowing passes with Gunslinger on. So if you take any route that's a vertical route, this is the best way to explain or showcase that it's vertical routes and horizontal routes. There's a difference between throwing a route that's going left or right, and a difference between going and throwing a route that's straight up ahead. Now, the difference is, I think EA codes, and this is a thought, by the way, this is a theory. It's not something that is set in stone, but it's a theory where EA has coded it so that the route has to be developed before you pass lead the route over to the sideline. So you'll notice that some of the routes that you put on the sideline, say we have an out route, right? A route that's going towards the sideline here, you can pass lead this route and end up it being perfectly accurate almost every single time because that route has developed enough. So a lot of the times the routes that we're overthrowing are slant routes, but EA doesn't have that route coded. So you're going to end up overthrowing routes like that every single time. Now, if you're pass leading this, if you're looking at a clock and you're pass leading a slant and you're looking at a clock and say you're pass leading it straight to 3 o'clock, you're going to end up overthrowing a lot more passes. As you can see, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm simply just overthrowing that pass because the route, EA has coded it so that the route isn't developed yet. Now you see how I took a little bit of extra time on that route, and you notice that it's a perfect pass. I pass led that as well. All these passes are being pass led. Pass leading is simply taking the left stick and aiming it where you want the ball to be. But if the route isn't developed enough, the quarterback's timing is off. And I think this is just a theory, but I think this is what's going to change your passing from being good to bad. Now, look, I'm pass leading it, and that one was a little too soon. There are certain routes that will be pass led perfectly, but if you pass lead it too soon, as you can see, that's going to be the result. Pass leading is the reason why we're overthrowing all these passes, especially in Gunslinger, excuse me. There's a lot of times where a person is wide open and we're overthrowing a certain pass, even though we have no pressure up in the pocket. It doesn't matter what the case is, but because we're pass leading, that's not a pass led route right there. We're simply just throwing that right to our person. Go hop in practice mode, put a bunch of slants on the field, and just simply don't pass lead. I guarantee you will end up completing 10 out of 10 passes, even with Gunslinger, even without Gunslinger, no matter what the situation is. This is the reason why we're overthrowing so many passes. It's because we're pass leading way too far and we're outstretching the pass. That's exactly what we're doing. We're not allowing the route to develop. Like this route here, the route's not developed. So I'm gonna watch. This is the perfect example. It's a horizontal route where it's a crosser. Any crossing pattern that we're putting on the field and we're trying to pass lead, if the route isn't developed, we're gonna pass lead this, and it's going to be overthrown more oftentimes than not. And that's going to be the situation that's frustrating a lot of players. Instead, once he crosses, that route is completely finished. Once he crosses, we can pass lead that all we want. But before he makes his initial cut, the coding in this game, look at how many cuts he makes on this crossing pattern. He makes one at the start, then he runs a little bit over, then he makes another cut. If you throw this pass before that cut is completed and you're pass leading, you're going to overthrow so many more passes in this game. There's one cut, and then there's another one. Now we can pass lead it all the way over, and now we can pass lead it and actually throw into coverage and potentially have a route where, and again, this is where it's one of those man coverage routes where the guy is in the area. You can't throw this too soon. You might want to throw it there, but you have to wait and throw it around there. Now, obviously, since we are pass leading, it does leave us a modicum of space to actually still overthrow these passes. But a lot of the times, the earlier that you throw that pass while having a pass lead, it's going to result in a situation like that where they're still waiting to make their final cut. That's why streaks, you'll notice that you don't end up overthrowing pass streaks because you're just simply throwing straight. You're not pass leading the ball. But if you try to pass lead this too early on a streak, look at the difference. Even while having your passing settings set to none, your pass lead settings, this is still going to be the result. So again, if you're looking to stop overthrowing your passes, stop pass leading so damn hard, because it's just going to result in you overthrowing more passes than you ever will. This is probably one of the biggest tips if you guys are struggling with passing that I have dropped in the year. So hopefully you guys don't look at this and go, oh man, you took 10 minutes to tell us this. Yes, this is a very important video that you guys all need to know to make your passing a little bit better. My name is Pwny Montana. Hopefully this video helps you guys out because it definitely changed my game. I've been passing so much better nonstop. And if you guys want more passing tips, some running tips, let me know down in the comment section, and I'll try to make a video for you guys. My name is Pwny Montana. I'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, 2 fingers, deuces, and peace out, you guys.